In this short episode of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, Jimmy had to call in from Mammoth Mountain, and he was joined by Dusty Henricksen to help rate some bikes and answer some questions. There's still some good information in this show, even though it's short and sweet to the point. Here you go. And we're live from Las Vegas and a remote location as well.
It's an A-frame. It's in the mountains. It's at a ski area. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Could be Mammoth Mountain.
Could be.
So live.
Good place to start.
Good place to start. That's probably the best place to start.
Okay.
So welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, everybody. This is the show where we talk about motorcycle and motorcycle related products. We can answer 9 out of 10 questions without referring to a reference manual. And since we have a strict format on this show and we do nothing but, professional podcasting, broadcasting, whatever they call this stuff, we're going to start tonight with Roost or Endo, because that's how we usually end the show. Because I'm really lucky to have with me tonight Dusty Henricksen, who, now, when did we meet?
I couldn't tell you.
Because you were just a little kid.
Yeah.
Now, whose goggles? Who got the goggles?
My brother. My brother got the goggles.
Dylan got the goggles at Enduro Cross.
I was there. I do remember that.
Right. So Marco brought you guys up.
Yep.
And I was a racer at the time, and I handed one of the kids goggles, and he was stoked on them. And Marco still has them. And he still shows them to me. He's like, look, I got these goggles. But these kids are rippers now. And like I said, I'm lucky to be around, because this is something that I want to do. I've always wanted to be good at. And you guys are insane.
Yeah, thanks. It's fun.
Well, so you just got back from X Games?
I did, yeah.
And you did actually really good there.
I did decent for sure. I did 3 different events.
Right. Okay. So explain decent.
Did we clarify the snowboarding though?
Oh, that you snowboard?
Yeah.
Oh, these are motorcycle riders. They don't care. No, they do.
Exactly. I just figured before I started.
That's good. See, he's a better host than I am. You've been on professional podcasts before, right?
I have been on a couple.
So you've been on the one called the Bomb Hole.
Yeah, that one's cool for sure.
That I really like that one. That one's we're exactly like that one, except we have a horrible format.
Yeah. Our
studio isn't as good, and my co-hosts are not even of that quality.
Yeah.
So it's exactly the same other than that.
It feels like the same pretty much. They run it pretty loose over there.
Yeah. So anyway, so you're back here. You're back in your hometown for the World Cup this weekend.
Yep.
So, but anyways, explain to everybody how you did it at Aspen.
I did all right. I didn't land exactly what I wanted to, but I landed a new trick in the big air, and I was pretty stoked on that. And I got 4th or 5th or something in the slope style. And then I got a 3rd in the Knucklehuck. I got a bronze. So it was solid for sure. No complaints.
And explain what a Knucklehuck is, because a lot of our riders here, they think they might Knucklehuck stuff.
Yeah.
Which is a totally different thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all know what the knuckle is, of a jump.
Right. It's the hip.
So here's the landing, and here's the no-go zone. That's the knuckle.
Right.
So your case, the case spot.
The place. Okay. So it's where you would case out.
Yeah.
Knuckle. Don't want to land there.
Landing, no-go zone. Yeah.
Okay. And so explain how this works.
There's an event at X Games in the snowboarding. It's completely about doing tricks on the knuckle, because the jumps are so big that we can do cool hand drags off the knuckle without hitting the front of the jump. So it's just super fun, loose, sketchy, whatever you want to do. Yeah, it's fun.
All about creativity.
Hey, and when you won it last year,
I did
2 years ago.
Yeah, I won it 2 years ago, and then I think I got 3rd last year.
And correct me if I'm wrong. When you won that, you break your board.
No, it looks like I might have.
Oh, it looks like you miite break your board. You're doing something crazy.
I do a press, and then flip out. Yeah.
That's like using spring preload, we call it.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Axel Hodges kind of sort of deal.
Okay, that's next level. Yeah. So anyways, so Dusty's here. I invited him on because I'm I'm parking my truck at their house, and he's way more famous than any other co-hosts. I've had some pretty famous, like it was funny. You guys were just talking about how professional you guys thought motocross events were.
Yeah, for sure.
Compared to where snowboarding is.
Yeah.
And I hear the same thing on the other side, especially not so much motocross. Motocross is really getting there.
It's just so prestigious, I like the fact that they put so much kind of weight on it, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
It's just like, it's gnarly as fuck. It's pretty dangerous. It's like a lot of work and effort to get to that place. Like if you're racing Supercross, so it's like, you don't want, like for the X Games this year, just a bunch of TikTok, like people who had no idea about snowboarding or anything. It was just a joke basically the whole time. Like really, honestly, annoying to listen to, and like they're talking about our sport, like to the public. And so this is like the image that people are getting of what we do, when it's like, you're having people who have no idea what the hell we're doing.
Because
you're running the whole thing.
You're just like a professional. You are a professional athlete. You train full time.
Yeah.
And you're constantly working on it. You're doing dangerous stuff
for sure. Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's
just kind of like we did like the big air, which is one big jump and you do a bunch of spins and shit. And then it's like super gnarly. Like I'm watching my best friends just like hurtle upside down to the ground off a like super big jump, It's like, and then we get to the bottom, right? They're supposed to have the ceremony thing. And then instead of being like, give it up for the athletes, like that was crazy. It was more, they cut straight to this like hip hop dude, Young Gravy, came out with this other guy in like a pink suit and long, like, I don't know, it was ridiculous. And they're like, give it up for Young Gravy. And then they had a concert in the corral, like when we're all just standing there, like, what the fuck, dude?
It's funny because like it is one of the things I hear about motocross is like they're saying they're trying to make it too professional and too,
and there is a line
and too. It's just crazy. Like it's funny just because you're just talking about like very raw about like what what the problems of your sport. You never hear like a pro Supercross guy say anything bad about the sport, because they're at this professional level, and this is what the media hates, because these guys can't be themselves. They have to kind of turn into this robot. You have to say your sponsors. Yeah. And do you want to list your sponsors off?
Yeah, I definitely could. We got
list your sponsors off.
Mammoth Mountain, Monster Energy, Solomon Snowboards. Couple skate shops, Hook It Up, Fat Attic Skate Shop, SoCal.
Yeah. So
everybody. Yeah.
And he's
100% eye goggles. Now.
His pit mom.
You guys know 100%.
His pit mom's over there giving 100. Oh, you're 100%.
Yeah, they switched to doing some snow stuff now.
Right. So Tech Talk Taco Tuesday is sponsored by, and I'm gonna have to do this off the top of my head because like I don't know. Taco Moto. This is what they're going to sponsor our segment. They're going to give $100 to whoever we decide is the bike that roosts or the best. Well, actually, it can Endo the best. Whatever we decide is the best one, that gets to win. But also Yamaha. So we're Blue Crew here. So Yamaha helps us out. I'm Scott Goggles. Scott Goggles, but I'm also Climb Goggles because Climb makes everything, including goggles.
Nice.
I was actually wearing, is it kind of gay, and gay by gay I mean happy, if I wear Climb a jacket when I'm snowboarding or skiing?
I can't say I know what it looks like.
It looks okay, I mean it's not as bad. Oh, because I'm a skier, so that's even worse. Your dad told me do not say we're all super happy.
Yeah.
He said, don't tell the kids that you're snowboarding or you're skiing. And I'm like, dude, I'm double snowboarding. Okay.
Well, you just have to stay on the other side of the street.
Right.
Different strokes for different folks.
My ankles can only do one day of snowboarding and one day of skiing. It's just back and forth. Yeah. Old worn out motorcycle guy. So anyways, but they, so thanks for coming on. Whatever other show, DDC Sprockets, Fasst Company, Bulletproof Designs, double take mirrors. Matt's going to help me out here. What am I missing? I'm missing one.
I could help you out, but it's kind of fun just watching you struggle. Does your brother watch you struggle a lot? Yeah.
That kid, that's all he does.
So his brother is now his producer. I just learned this today. that he's a producer.
He's producing a movie we're all going to be in.
Got it.
He's kind of just the head honcho right now.
That's the producer. Oh wait, really?
Wait, like the Art of Flight kind of style movie?
I mean, we're gonna do kind of just like a little shorter, more 20 minutes, to just kind of like a cool video of the season. And
it's going to be more core than that, right?
Yeah, it'll be more like just short film, or street filming in backcountry instead of I mean, we might have a little bit of. We're gonna go to a couple events throughout the time that we're filming, so we might have like some videos from that in there. But it'll be cool, yeah.
Have you ever heard of Crusty Demons of Dirt?
Oh yeah.
You know who I raced go-karts with on Saturday night?
Last
Saturday night?
Who?
Seth Enslow.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
He stays here a couple times.
Yeah. This house has a lot of traffic.
It does.
Here. A lot of famous Moto traffic. Mike Metzger's kid is hanging out here. Does he live here or is he hanging out here?
He's a living.
Myrie?
He's paying rent.
Full solid troll.
Paying rent.
A troll with rent. That's good. No, I was riding up on a gondola. I think I told you this earlier. And Myrie's an interesting name. And I'm like, Metzger? And they're like, yeah. And I go, I used to ride dirt bikes with his dad.
No, right.
He's an amazing athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Well, yeah, like kind of the same thing around here. It runs in the family, right? So has anybody ever told you how fast your mom snowboards?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like I cannot snowboard with your mom because I can't go that fast on a snowboard. I have to ride the happy planks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, hey, Matt, let's get straight into these guys. Got to go to the sauna because he's a highly trained athlete.
Yeah. We can't mess with the program. You know, this isn't we get it. We've had professional athletes here before.
Right.
We're very experienced. So let me get. Well, first off, let me get my shit together.
See, this is what you get. I actually pay this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets paid to do this.
Yeah. Very high salary. Very expensive.
Good. Think what you like, but it's okay. It's all those sponsors. We just chop everything we make at least in half.
Right. All those sponsors like Yamaha, Taco, Moto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, Seat Concepts, Bulletproof Designs, Double Take Mirrors, and JimmyLewisOffroad.com, where you can go learn how to ride a dirt bike today. So, but first up on our Roost Endo.
Sponsored your mom.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
Takamoto's
she learned a ton.
Yes.
Yeah, sick.
Your dad's marginal, except like he's probably one of the best one-armed riders.
Yeah,
I mean, he has both arms, but just one's a little.
Yeah, one's a little
fly. It's like it looks like a UTV hit it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So okay.
All right,
so go ahead. What do we start with?
Rooster Endo. First one here is from Jason Sarner. He has a. Oh, he did not tell me the year.
That's debit points.
Yeah.
That looks like a 2022. I'm just judging by the graphics and stuff.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about a year, make, or model. So this is, he just says TM skid plate to molecule. Let's see. Excuse change for a quicker oil change. It's lowered because he has a 20H inseam. And he also just started riding a year ago at age 49. Let's see. He's got a FMF muffler with a. Sorry, he sent me a really sweet story about this whole thing, and I just kind of.
You're trying to cut the
story in half here. I'm just trying to get to the facts. That's what we want. We just want the facts.
I'm going to tell you what the fact is. Is like I have this off-road riding school.
Yeah.
This guy is a perfect candidate for the off-road riding school.
I believe so as well.
And I can see the bottom line of this thing. He said, I should have sent this pic. I panicked in mountain bike reflexes.
Yep.
He slammed on the front brake.
Yep. Let's see. So he's got FMF.
I would like to go riding down that trail. It looks pretty fun.
It looks really good. Actually.
In a little canyon. I'd probably like to ride his bike other than it's lowered. I want to know how he got his photographer to get that highlight on the rear disc. I mean,
that's a nice shot of the bike for what's happening.
Yeah.
Like that is a very nice shot of the bike.
Yeah. We can usually
the bike is better lit than in a lot of the other photo submissions we get.
It's probably somebody shot it with an iPhone.
I don't love that it's lowered.
The bike. Oh, hey, we're on the same page there. Yeah. Since I'm just going to go straight up, since he didn't follow the rules, since he's eating shit, and it's already endoing. It has endoed. This is the aftermath of an endo. It endos.
Yeah,
He's endoing.
Just endo. Yep.
Yeah,
endos
Double
for me
endo.
too.
Okay. Next.
All right, so we'll move on to our next submission for the night. We got Mike. He told me how to pronounce this. Shan Nisi. There we go. Shagnisi.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is a KLR 650. This is a Gen 1 KLR. He did not give me. There we go. Years of 1999. Comes with the Waypoint Adventure products, rally inspired Dakar fairing kit, Waypoint Adventure prototype Dakar dash panel with 12-volt and USB sockets, as well as a RAM mount for phones or GPS use. Waypoint Adventure products pre-production topographical graphics kit. He has a prototype rally-inspired skid plate.
Does he own Waypoint products?
He might, because it's a lot of prototypes. So prototype rear fender and LED taillight. Tusk CR
so
high.
Can we also call this segment, just for your info, we call this Roost, Endo, or for sale.
Okay.
Because sometimes people send us stuff, just to slide a product in.
Yeah.
I have no problem with this, but actually for a first gen KLR, this thing it almost looks like somebody took a first gen KLR, took it to China and knocked it off. And then this is what they came up with.
I definitely follow what you're saying on that. Like that makes a lot of sense.
I think it has something to do with the graphics.
I think it's the guards on the forks there. Like
socks
on there.
The socks on the fork. Yeah, because they're already spindly, and now yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that thing's gonna endo, but I feel like you're gonna endo.
Oh,
if you're not careful.
But so
your dad was a KLR guy for a long time.
Yeah,
he actually told me today. He's like, I like the KLR, except I feel like I'm going to get run over if I take it out on the highway.
Yeah,
because it doesn't have enough horsepower.
All right, so we'll keep going down the list here. So Zeta handguards, Polysport UFX front fender, Eagle Mike Doohickey, JNS engineering lowering foot peg mounts, Amazon aluminum CNC'd wide foot pegs, which have turned out to be very tough and grippy, Dunlop D606 rear tire paired with a Pirelli M21 Rallycross front tire.
Oh man, the 606 front tire would be better if he switched those tires around, but keep going.
Yeah, black powder coated frame, custom painted gray by me in my shop with rattle cans. Planning to do some suspension work this year. This is a fresh build after a solid 2022 season of riding single track enduro and adventure ride events with Rally Connex up here in Hoosier Country, Ontario, Canada.
Right. I'm actually gonna he actually did a KLR without wrecking it. Although he's missing a couple of the key mods, that's a lot of effort. I'm actually gonna say that thing, although it doesn't technically roost, it actually roosts because
it could roost.
I have a hot take here.
I would say it doesn't really roost. It's just a good bike, so it roosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got, Matt?
You don't put clean graphics that clean on a KLR.
You don't.
He stickered it up. This one endos for me because it ruins the purity of the KLR, and I didn't see anything about steel braided brake lines. I don't see a fork brace.
Right. So Matt is right now listing off the go-to things for a KLR. It is kind of like a what do they call it when you polish a pig or something like that, or
lipstick on a pig, polishing a
lipstick on a pig. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, but I still I don't know. I feel
like it's whatever your intentions were with the bike. Who knows?
I don't
he
think
was planning on bushwhacking, or
I don't think because he's even say he's riding single track on that thing. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's like taking a bulldozer down a single track. No. But I kind of honestly like where he's going with this thing.
Too clean for a KLR. It endos for me. I appreciate the effort, but
Hey, guess what? You're the Dusty's the deciding factor on this one.
I mean, we can go Roost.
Really?
I mean,
is it just the pressure?
No. I mean, it's different strokes for different folks.
Right.
It's like I like what he's done with it. It looks solid. I don't know how that skid plate is, but it looks nice.
Skid plate looks solid.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just want a fork brace and steel braided brake.
The no fork brace bothered me a little bit in the better brake lines. Although I don't see the one in the back. I can't really tell, but it actually the back brake line does look like it's modified because it's not doing
the front brake is too. The front brake is as well.
Oh, see, you're wrong. I'm right. Okay, that's the moral of the entire podcast. So let's keep going.
Okay. All right. So the consensus is a Roost by a 2-1 margin.
Yes.
All right.
Even though you were wrong about the brake lines.
All right. So we'll move on to. Well, it wasn't listed in the mods list, so. If it's not in the mods list, if it's not in the mods list, it doesn't exist.
Let's see. Just go on. Yeah, damn.
All right, so this is from a Mr. Todd Lofstrom, a 2001 DRZ 400. It is the lighter kickstart only DRZ that nobody wanted, but it's still heavy. He bought it in 2020 during the pandemic for $1,000. The picture was after a weekend of working a hair scramble, fixing ribbons and stuff like that. It has a new piston. He greased all the bearing and it now runs great. Let's see. The mods that he likes are Scott's top triple clamp to move the handlebars off the lap and hold a set of flex bars. Moose racing handguards, a gripper seat.
Does it have a steering damper on it though?
It doesn't look like it. I'm not seeing one on this picture.
So you have a Scott's triple clamp or a bar mount, but no. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Let's see, FMF Q4 exhaust just to help with the rev, so it can help rev higher. Racetech gold valves and springs for his weight. 95 millimeters of sag. Forks are 3 millimeters above the triple clamps. 20 cc's of oil above recommendation in the forks. Let's see, the mods to make it street legal are a horn, Koso speedometer, Kendo Trackmasters, brake light, cheap mirror that vibrates, a license plate that the rear tire managed to snag and bend the titty tail in the picture. Oh, I see it. This
is the guy that he sent his daughter's bike in and his son's bike in and his bike.
This is his family's fourth submission. Yes.
This is the family's fourth submission.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said he knows it's not Jimmy's favorite bike, but there's something satisfying about riding a 20-year-old bike that fast. Taught him to control the bike with his feet since it's so heavy compared to the YZ250. And then he just goes on to say Taco Mike at Takamoto has been great.
Are the bars bent?
They don't look bent to me. I mean, those are the flex bars, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, does he have a Trail Tech Voyager on that thing? If you look between the flex bars where the crossbar is.
Maybe. I don't know.
I like the blacks.
I think Suzuki's look good. I don't like the black front fender, but I like the black and yellow, whatever it is. Sure. I always think Suzuki's look good. Those bikes were really good.
Look as good as blue though.
During their time. I mean, this is way before like there was really good 4-strokes.
Yeah,
this was a good 4-stroke at the time, and now it's just a bush pig.
I feel like I had a little 65, like a Suzuki 65 or something.
The one that was the Kawasaki one, but it was a Suzuki one.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm sure you did.
I can't say it ripped like the KTM though. I got the only KTM 65. I think it was sketchy.
If anything, you guys had a lot of different motorcycles.
Yeah.
This is a theme. Like Marco, has a lot of different motorcycles, right?
Was just in and out with and out with Dylan.
yeah, out with Dylan
every day.
I think this one kind of roosts for me because it's clear he just finished riding it.
He's keeping it alive. Does it have an electric start?
No, I don't think so. Let me.
It's the kickstart only one.
Oh, no, hold on. There is a button on the right. There are 2 buttons on the handlebars.
So it's electric and kick. Okay, yeah, and Roost. That was the best thing about the DRZ 400 at the time because it was competing with an XR 400. I rode a DRZ 400 because it had an electric start, even though it wasn't as technically as good as the XR for something. So, okay, Roost.
Yeah, this one roosts for me.
I'd like to ride it. It looks fun for sure.
Yeah.
It looks like a comfortable bike,
Comfortable bike.
I'd say so. I'll give it.
I don't know if I'd say it'd be comfortable, but it'd be kind of cool just to ride some of those older 4-strokes.
Oh, it's a lot more comfortable than a next submission. Look at the seat on that thing. I'll take a plank of plywood for a seat. I hope it's not a Seat Concepts one. Let me look through the list.
Oh, that might be a Seat Concepts one just by looking at the picture. 2020. This is from Jeremy, or
it is a Seat Concepts seat.
2021 KTM 500 EXCF.
Then it is the most comfortable plank of plywood seat that you could ever have. Seat Concepts. I'm sorry, but
Okay.
Actually, it gets fat right in the back.
Yeah, but if you're sitting that far back, we've got some issues. Okay.
If you're going down the highway, it's okay.
Is it? If you're going that far back on the seat?
If you're going down the highway, doesn't matter where you're sitting. It's a highway.
Okay. So 2021 KTM 500 EXCF Galfer 270 millimeter front disc kit, Golden Tire GT 216 AA front with a GT 333 rear tire, Nitro Mooses front and rear, Recluse Radius CX clutch, IMS Rally foot pegs, Racetech springs front and rear for his weight, a Cherubies 3.9 tank, a Cherubies Rally Pro handguards with spoiler, Seat Concept seat, Super Sprox 52 3-year sprocket, Takamoto Co. Fork wrap LED turn signal, sick ass key switch eliminator, sick ass LED front flat mount rear turn signal, TM Design Works skid plate, and a Trail Tech Voyager Pro.
Other than the seat, I'm good with the whole bike.
You know what? If you're standing up, like you should be.
But the seat doesn't matter.
The seat doesn't matter. If you're standing up, the seat doesn't matter.
But if I do sit down, when I'm comfortable and I sit down, I go into a turn and then I have to unfold my legs like tent sticks.
Yeah.
Then it does matter. So, yeah, nice bike, Roost.
Yeah, this one roosts for me. I like the picture too.
Yeah, I want to go riding there too.
Right? It looks really, really good.
Some nice mountains.
All right. So for our I think this is our last one here. You think I'd be able to count Hunter Holman. Let me get this picture up here. Oh.
It has an orange kickstand. And the wrong kind of tires.
Yeah, the wrong kind of tires for sure. I kind of like the aesthetic for the background, though. So this is a 2021 KTM 500 EXCF Supermoto. Taco tuned to get ECU, Graves exhaust, and Warp 9 Supermoto wheels.
And he spray painted the kickstand.
It'd be sick with different wheels or tires.
Well, he also, I can tell he also didn't mention the Cherubies frame protector, whatever aftermarket shifter that he's got there, shift lever.
It actually doesn't look like it has the Graves exhaust on it.
That looks stock to me.
Yeah, it looks stock to me. So he's lying.
Yeah.
And he's riding on the street.
Sell it.
You need one with knobbies.
You know what I like to do with that bike? I like to do one of those things where if you put like a little kicker ramp, and I like to go up and hit the kicker ramp and ride the wall, and then spring onto it, and then ride off the wall and kick back down. That's what I want to do with that bike.
That'd be sick.
You know,
and then I would probably endo, and since it's dirt bike test and it endos.
Yeah, endos.
Endo.
Sell it.
Yeah. We're gonna piss off our entire Supermoto audience, kind of like the KTM 690 audience.
No, the KTM 690 audience, I think, still likes you. I think they admire someone who has a take and can
publicity.
They just figure they're gonna convert me eventually.
Right. Right. Well, hey,
so
yeah.
Okay, now we got to pick a winner. So which one of these bikes deserves $100 gift certificate from Takamoto? That's takamoto.co. They have all kinds of parts and products. The Suzuki's disqualified because I think that family's won before.
Yeah, that we will have sent them $400 in Takamoto cash if they win again. And so
for me, it's between the guy that endos, because he probably needs that $100 to fix something he broke in that crash.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
Or the KLR.
I mean, you think the KLR is up top for you?
I'm gonna vote for Jason just because the KLR. He already has a hookup clearly with all these prototypes.
Prototype, yeah, he's got.
And
what is Jason? I needed. He says right in the thing, I needed that $100.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, he's completely broke because of all that Takamoto stuff. So he's already spending money there, which is good.
Right.
So he's a fan.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the guy wants.
He's only been riding for a year.
He has no shame by sending us that photo. Jason wins.
Yeah, Jason's my winner as well. And
Jason is the winner of.
I've got no complaints with that verdict.
Good. Okay, perfect. So it's a triple approval here. So, well, thanks, Dusty.
Congratulations, Jason.
Yeah, congratulations,
yeah,
Jason.
Just reach out to me and we'll
reach out to Matt and he'll get you that set up with that certificate. Thanks to Takamoto. Thanks to Dusty for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
He's got an important date with a sauna.
Yes,
Hey, Dusty, where can the people follow you?
On Instagram. That's pretty much my only thing I'm active on, but Dusty Henricksen, just at Dusty Henricksen.
And then Matt will throw that up in the chat so everybody can check it. And I'm telling you, if you're into any sort of snowboarding sickness, like watch what he's doing. Actually, the most easiest dude in the business. The most easiest dude in the Steezy.
Easiest dude in the business.
Steezy.
That was Dusty for style.
Yeah.
He's a style master.
You know what blows me away is Marco always sends out the links and stuff when you're doing a competition and stuff like that, or he'll videotape the TV. This is old people, right? Yeah. We videotape the TV and then we put it on our Facebook. That's for old people too. So, and I watch it and I'm just the way you stomp the landings is it's so effortless.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's like when I watch a moto guy and just, supercross guy and they're just backsiding things and you say that's a technical rider and that guy has they just, if you want to watch a guy do that on snowboards, watch this guy just stomp landings. So it's super, super cool.
As somebody who's not in tune with the snowboard scene, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, we were talking jump shapes today and all kickers and all these different things. So it's pretty cool to talk to somebody who does it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I did both too, so it's pretty cool.
Right.
Jimmy, are you here tomorrow?
Am I here tomorrow?
Yeah, you're gonna be able to watch.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh yeah, just tell me the time.
In person.
Okay, Matt, we're gonna go ahead and take the break right now.
Okay.
If we can do that, are you capable of doing that?
I'm very capable of doing that ad break. So we will return here.
Yeah, thanks everybody for checking us out, and we'll come back with all of our questions. If you have questions, we can even bring you in on a Zoom link.
Yep, I'll put the updated Zoom link in the chat after this.
Yeah, we can bring you in. If you have a question, we can discuss it and get it all dialed in, and love to have you on the show tonight. So we'll see you in a few minutes.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text, and it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto Co. branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden, and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some adventure.
Hey, welcome back to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday remote edition. What is this? 174.
174. Yes.
174.
And then everyone in the chat, I did just put the Zoom link in the chat if you want to join and ask your question live on the show.
So, yeah, if you have a live question, if you have any questions that are bugging you about your motorcycle, let's go ahead and Kyle McCoy, I saw, sent in a few different questions. We do not have the Seat Concepts hotline phone number up. We're just doing Seat Concepts hotline Zoom.
And the Zoom link might be the hot seat hotline moving forward.
Yeah. Okay.
We're still weighing this. Consider this the hot seat hotline 2.0 beta.
Right. Testing things out here.
Yeah.
That's how you do things live on the show. So what was Kyle McCoy asking?
Kyle actually had 3 questions for you. 1, has Jimmy ever ridden a KTM 690 Rally Factory with 9.5 gallons of gas? And what are his thoughts on the bike, if so?
So yeah, I rode the KTM single cylinder bike as well as the twin cylinder bike back in the day. We had an opportunity. I got an opportunity to ride them when around the time we were doing the KTM junior rider search. So that was back when Chris Blaze and Kellen Welch were picked up on the team. And so, yeah, I rode it, and I did have thoughts on the bikes. Every single cylinder rally bike that I rode, the factory one, so I rode both the BMW and the KTM, I hated them. They were just high strung and didn't handle very well, and were a little, I don't know. I would have, if I were the rider, I would have changed them quite a bit. So that's my thoughts.
So yeah, even the rally factory bikes.
They were fast. I mean, for sure they were fast, but they didn't handle very well. And you had to ride them like a 125. And I didn't think you should have to ride a 700cc bike like a 125.
Right.
It just wasn't the right thing.
All right. So his second question, has Jimmy used an airbag yet? And does he think they are the future of rider safety? I
have not. I've worn the vest. I've put it on. I've put on Ricky and Andrew just to feel the weight and stuff like this, but I've never rode like any extended. I don't. I might have putted around with it just to feel it, moving around, but I didn't really use it. So they're a little bit bulkier than a normal chest protector, but I believe that they are the future.
Yeah, it's really cool. I actually just saw a video of it working in MotoGP with when those guys were wearing it. So it seems like it'd be the future to me as well.
It's going to be the future. Mm-hmm. I mean, they'll get better with the sensors and all that stuff that picks that up. And yeah.
And the biggest holdup with them showing up in off-road, if I remember correctly, is trying to register the difference between like all the bumps when riding off-road and then the actual crashes. Was that the holdup? So
impacts that you would sustain when you're not a crash versus not a crash. Mm-hmm. And so I think they're a lot better. There's very few changes that, I've really heard only a few times of them going off when they didn't need to. But but the thing is, you think about it, if you're like, bouncing around and getting bounced around enough to blow off the airbag, mm-hmm. You're probably not in a great position on the motorcycle and stuff. So that was one bigger distraction that could also cause a crash, but at least you have an inflated airbag when you're crashing.
Right.
But I know they've gotten better at this. They're learning every time that they have a crash where one of those things is deployed, they collect data from it. And then they put that back into their programming.
Oh, wow. Cool. That's really cool. I'm kind of excited to see. Do you ever think that would actually make its way into like motocross and supercross, or just like
yes.
rally racing?
Yeah, no. I think all different kinds of racing. They'll be able to customize them and make them work for whatever they need to do.
Okay. Yeah, because I could definitely see where that would be the hardest application is those two, where you have the big impacts from the jumps. Especially if you don't downside it, right? All right. So the third question from Kyle is, where was the most difficult sand that Jimmy has ever ridden in the world?
Mauritania. I can point on a map exactly where it was.
Really?
It was It was near the border with Niger, I believe. But yeah, what was the name of that place? There was a town, near Tichit. Or maybe it was in Niger. I don't know. I can point on the map. Those borders are a little bit sketchy. Never knew which one was which.
Well, and that's why it's the Dakar isn't the original route anymore, right?
It's in Saudi Arabia. It's different now.
Right.
I haven't ridden there, so I can't tell you much about that.
Okay, so we had some questions from the recent comparison video between the CRF 450 RX and the KX 450X. I know you've ridden the RX, but have you ridden the KX yet?
I have not ridden the new KX. No.
Okay.
Those questions have to be deferred over to Trevor.
Well, there's one question someone brought up an interesting point that's not very specific to the KX 450X. So Andrew Disco on this video commented, building an off-road bike in the 2000s seemed to be about changing a lot of different small parts, but building an off-road bike in 2022 was let's make a moto bike and then just add the X to it. And that just made me realize, well, there's a lot more to it than just that. But I was hoping you can kind of go into the major differences and what makes a difference between an X model and then just the moto model. It
depends on the brand. So with Kawasaki, they I'm trying to think of the exact changes they made. So they basically, I think it's the same even ignition. They just sell it with the clip in the least aggressive position. So it is kind of the motocross bike, same transmission, same gas tank, 18-inch rear wheel. I think is one of the only things they do to it. And then you go to the case of the Yamaha YZ450FX, where it has its own unique 5-speed transmission, and the ignition curves and the suspension valving are quite a bit different than the motocross bike. And, Honda is kind of somewhere in between in the middle, where Honda actually comes with a bigger gas tank. So they all kind of have their own, recipe, we'll call it, for building that thing. So it's different levels, different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just definitely more than just adding X to the name for some of the brands.
For some of the brands, yeah. Some of them are, it's definitely more than just add an X. But there's some of them are getting away with the minimum, but maybe the characteristics of the motocross bike lend itself to being a really good off-road bike. Right. And then, we're even kind of like leaving out KTM that really invented that segment, was able to, really make a mark. And that's, they were selling so many of those bikes. That's why all the other manufacturers went to that direction. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Hey, I saw we had some questions go run across in the chat.
So Jared Okudic was asking, which GPS would you recommend for use in Baja and California?
Well, the Voyager Pro, Trailtech Voyager Pro, if you're going to mount it on the motorcycle and you want a motorcycle-based GPS. Now, especially if you're riding with your buddies. But there's a lot of different options in that thing, and to the point where you could just, clamp your phone onto the handlebars and use an app inside of that. But it really, each one has some strong points and some weak points, but Trailtech, sponsor of the show, Voyager GPS. I run them all the time, and they're simple, easy to use, mm-hmm. and they have buddy tracking. So,
which is really handy.
That's the answer there for sure. Yes.
Okay. So let's move on to some comments on the 2023 KTM Freeride long-term video. So the one that just went up last week. So Datsun had commented, riding on dry or hard packed ground with those lightweight, high efficiency tires seems like the best case scenario. I wonder how the range would be in wet, loomy, muddy, or snow covered conditions. And then, so I'll stop there and just kind of see. I'll stop there for now.
So he's saying lightweight, high efficiency tires. I don't think they're they might be a little bit lighter. I don't think they're high efficiency tires by any reason. Maybe since they don't have big knobs, maybe there's better rolling on that, but they're also kind of soft and mushy, and that doesn't necessarily roll that good. With the range, I think it's mostly dependent on how you use the throttle. Mm-hmm. And then as we saw with the guy who was, having the kids, build them into super minis and stuff, they were only getting like 12 and 14 miles to a battery, or that's all they were able to let it run down.
Yeah.
So and that still blows me away. Cause like I said, we were getting 35, 40 miles on our battery. So, I mean, maybe we were riding it faster. Maybe we were, maybe it wasn't as sandy. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I rode it in the sand. I did some sand motos, and I could probably kill it in 25, 20. So yeah, I don't think the tires would affect it that much.
Mm-hmm. And you don't really, do you foresee like the muddy conditions really affecting the range?
Not so much. I would say maybe the condition of the dirt, mud or sand. Yeah, it could. It depends on it depends how much you spin it in those conditions. So then it kind of comes back on the rider. So you could probably do like a 25% change based on the conditions. Mm-hmm. But then the rider has another 25% change on it as well. And so then that's why all of a sudden I can see, if we were getting like, 30 miles and they're getting 15, maybe these are some of the reasons. So I don't know. It would take more testing, and they're on different wheel sizes as well.
Yeah. And
I don't know that bike, I don't know if the traction control and stuff would be, changing the wheel size could change the way that traction control works. I don't know. I'd have to do it to try it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So.
Got it. So I'll keep going down his comments. So then he was asking, then with the proper set of dirt bike tires or gummies, I think he's asking if that would also affect the range at all, which I think
same thing kind of touched on that. Yeah.
Finally, his last point was, I would be wary of expecting better battery technology in our lifetime or ever. Does the 13 grand, not 12, include the 240 volt and 20 amp gasoline?
Okay, so now he's diving. He's showing his true colors, where he's not an e-bike guy.
Yeah.
No, you're not even supposed to use a generator according to KTM with that battery charger, and it's coming. And I don't be wary of better battery technology. It's coming. And it's coming quick, and it'll come fast, and it'll completely replace, kind of some of the current stuff. And it's all a cost and performance equation, mm-hmm. and, availability.
And my counterpoint to battery technology won't come in our lifetime is just look at how far phone batteries have gotten better in the past few years.
Yes.
Like it'd just be flat denial to say there's no way the battery technology is ever going to get better on electric vehicles.
Correct.
So we did have a question come in through the chat from Frank K on YouTube.
Yep.
Frank is saying he's a short-legged 5'6" and tired of the height of the KTM 300. He's asking to talk him out of professionally lowering it 2 inches and try to save him some money.
Okay, so Frank, how much are you riding with your feet on the ground? Like when you're riding your motorcycle, how much do you want your feet on the ground? This is the question I ask everybody. And at 5'6", I understand. So I'm 5'8", and so I've got 2 inches on you. But maybe you have really short legs. Let's just say you have a 28-inch inseam, which would be 2 inches shorter than mine. And at 30-inch inseam, I can't touch the ground on most stock motorcycles, but I don't ride with my feet on the ground, and I know how to, when I stop, to put a foot down. Now, it depends on the kind of riding you're doing, how much you should be touching the ground or having to dab, as it were. And if you're a better rider than me, you would never dab, but you would try to dab as little as possible. The problem, there's no doubt that people can lower the suspension and do a really good job at it, but it definitely alters and it jacks with the the way that the bike handles. So if you're gonna sacrifice the performance of your bike so you can stop and start, then maybe that's kind of an issue. So let's see. And Frank says, I dab legs and need to touch rocks for light enduro trails and logs, but I try to keep the foot on the pegs for sure. But when you do dab, if your butt's planted on the center of the seat and you try to put a foot down, it's not going to work. You got to get your butt off to the side. So it all comes down to like spend the money on a riding school that'll teach you how to do proper body position and proper, moving around on the motorcycle. I hate to say it, but I actually run an off-road riding school where I teach this kind of stuff all the time. But I'm not saying this for that reason. I'm saying that you're going to severely affect a really good handling motorcycle. Well, for some people, when you lower them and they get longer and more stable, they actually work better. So I can't say this, but you're never going to, I don't think you're going to get the same level of suspension performance. And you can cut the seat and you can lower the subframe also. That'll get it lower for when you need to do this. It's not about, it's kind of, I don't know. I just hate it when I see when basically when I see somebody that feels like they can't touch the ground, the first thing I see, and this is why I go back to the riding technique, is both legs come out. And if both legs come out, to me, you're showing me that you've begun to crash. You don't know which direction you're going to fall. And so it's not about the height of the bike. It's about your riding ability first. If you get your riding tightened up, and it doesn't take much to improve it 50 to 70%, and this problem completely goes away. But then if you're 50 or 70% better, and then you still need to lower the bike, then lower the bike. I would start with the easiest thing, because the other good thing about improving the rider is that you will, that carries over to every bike you ride. You don't have to lower every bike you ride. You just learn how to ride every bike you ride. So,
well, and then a couple points that popped into my head when you were answering that question is lowering it 2 inches may not affect the handling in a way that Frank perceives as a bad way of handling. But if you're riding on logs and rocks, you just lost 2 inches of ground clearance, right?
Yes.
So that's the point that came to my head. And I don't know if we're allowed to give free. Are we allowed to give little riding nuggets here, or is that?
No, save it for the Better Rider podcast.
Okay. Yeah, so I'd say go check that out for riding.
Search out the Better Rider podcast, and then if you have riding techniques or want to learn how to ride better, ask those questions over there, and we can handle that there.
Yeah, we had an episode drop last Thursday, and there'll be one next Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. For more questions, there was more comments on that 2023 KTM video. So from Chase, Gian alone, it was basically commenting. So what you're saying is it's a pretty cool bike for my wife to ride for 30 minutes, and then you need to go home, all for $13K.
So Chase has a bone to pick as well with that, but no, I'm saying it's a bike for you and your buddies to ride for 30 minutes, and then you need to go home. If you want to ride with your wife, then you'll need two of them, and that's $26,000. So now you've got it.
And I would just say it's a really cool way to experience an electric bike if you're interested in that, and it serves as a fun play bike.
It's exactly what I said it was. And if that's what you feel, if that's what you got out of it, then that's what you got out of it. But I don't think you need one. I think you need two of them.
yeah, for you and your wife.
Yeah.
Okay, so WSL on the same video was saying, thanks for the info. It's been riding dirt bikes and mountain bikes for years. Never bought a new KTM dirt bike because of the price, but the price of the free ride is what you would pay for a top-of-the-line mountain bike from a major bicycle brand. Which I thought was an interesting point, because this is a point that my mom actually brought up when she rode the bike. Is it's not that much more expensive, or it's actually right on par with.
It's less expensive.
Yeah. Okay. less expensive.
Yeah, no, you can spend way more on an e-mountain bike.
Yeah. So he was saying he'd probably only go for it if it could go for 80 miles with some power left, or maybe just buy a Husky or Ducati e-mountain bike.
But you have to pedal the Husky or Ducati e-mountain bike to get it to go the distance that you want to go. It's a different thing. This is supposed to be a motorcycle, and this is just currently where we're at with range. So that's where stuff is at. I mean, I think, I don't know how far people have told me they go 80, 90 miles on those little Surons, and that's kind of still a motorcycle as well.
Right.
So I have not tested one to the length of the battery life. So I don't know, but we can figure this out when we
anywhere from the future.
Okay. We got Dusty here, 30 to 60 miles, depending on how you ride it.
And the battery, yeah, exactly.
Oh, because they have different levels of batteries.
Versus tailwind going down.
Right. So then, as like anything, your mileage may vary.
Yeah, bigger batteries that they go, I think 60 to 80.
Yeah, but they're so light. That's the thing that the Suron is a mountain bike-esque chassis. Well, he was talking about wanting to get one to do these big huckers, and I'm like, don't get that because it's going to break it.
No, that's not going to jump in a bunch of wheelies.
We should talk to KTM for you. Yeah. That one you can jump a little bit. Yeah. Okay, what's next, Matt?
So on your KLR 650 review, so Ty went on was saying there really isn't any bike in the KLR's category. Love what the Cowie is doing lately with the KLR and the KLX. Motors and chassis are great. Just updated enough to modernize it and keep the price low still. It also keeps the decades of aftermarket parts relevant to make it suit your needs.
There really isn't another bike in this category.
See, that's kind of why I included this question was, well, one for that, because I thought immediately I was thinking of the XR650L and then the DLZ that's still being made.
These bikes that haven't changed for a long, long time.
Right.
And the KLR just kind of nails it with, having the big tank and having it's cushy and it's a little more adventure than those other bikes that originally started out to be these kind of, you could take these and race them and we're going to put a license plate on it. That's where the XR650L came from. It was like, this is our bike we race in Baja and we put a license plate on it. It's kind of it's kind of in its own category, but the 650cc single adventure / dual sport bike category, it takes the category in adventure direction and then it's itself. But I just wouldn't update it enough to modernize it, keep the price low. That's what they did. I think it's like I said, the video. And if you're curious about what we're talking about, check out the video on dirtbiketest.com or on our YouTube channel. And we'll have all the answers for you right there.
Yep. And let's see. So this was a question that popped up on the EXE/FE Performance and Tech Talk group, which we're streaming to currently. Jason Keller had asked the group, I have a 21 KTM 300 with the Git TBI on it. When riding, the FI light stays on all the time, and when full throttle to long, it will cut out and it almost dies. Does anyone know anything about the issue? I checked the fuel filter, which looks clean.
I don't have any specific information about that, but I'll just tell you straight up. The one thing that I do know is that you modified the bike. And I'm not really sure, like once you modify it, then you've got to start talking to the other people that have done the exact same modification to see if it's an issue, because it's starting to sound like hopefully it's not running out of what do you say? It dies.
It almost die. It almost cuts out. And then he says with the throttle, when the throttle's wide open for long, it'll just cut out and then almost dies. So to me, it almost sounds like a brrr.
Yeah, but it's like if it's running out of fuel, it's going to seize. That's that's kind of what two strokes tend to do. They start getting lean. But if it cuts out, that's starting to sound like, is it an ignition thing? And then when it says almost dies, that's a whole different thing. I would like a better description of the first thing I go to. Is it fuel or is it spark? Like what's the issue? And I have no idea why the FI light stays on, and that doesn't sound normal as well. So who knows? Yeah. Need more information.
Right.
But the first thing I would check was, did the bike do this before you did this modification? And then if not, that's the problem. If you had a perfectly running bike and you modified it and it started running worse, then you should unmodify it and put it back to the way it worked fine.
Which that philosophy actually works with more things than just motorcycles, especially in computer science. When you're
then you should probably just reboot it.
Yeah, turn it off and turn it back on again.
Right.
So Speedtoe just put in the chat from YouTube, my YZ250 has 1,200 hours on it. Do you think there's a difference in handling between mine and a newer low-hour model that's basically the same?
What year again? Run this by me.
YZ250, didn't mention the year, Speedtoe, if you can put that year in it, but it has 1,200 hours on it.
So chassis, yeah, we need the year, because I mean, I don't know if there's been an
2005.
2005. So 2005, 2006, there was a big adjustment there's a big change in suspension. I have a 2005, and I was able to just change the springs and get it to work just as good as a current one. But so that thing, I haven't felt the Yamaha aluminum 2-stroke frames stretch, or like the old YZ frames. Definitely when they got time on them, then they started acting weird. But if everything's tight, if you got good bearings in it, they're all greased, nothing's loose, I don't think you're going to notice a big difference. I know in the newer version, like the YZ125, when they went to that newer body shape, that bike does feel more modern and does feel a little bit different, even though in the grand scheme of things, they didn't change a whole lot of stuff in the chassis. So, yeah, the brand new bike will definitely feel a little bit different, just based on the chassis.
Right. And how many hours does your 05 have?
Not a lot. It's like 100 hours.
No.
Yeah, not 1,200 hours. Not even close.
So that actually just makes me wonder, with all the riding you've done, have you actually had a bike ever hit 1,000 hours?
Yeah, I've got a few of them.
So does,
like I know my KTM 950 has over 1,000 hours on it.
So does anything ever like happen, like with like the cases, if they're getting warped or anything, and then like if the frame is starting to show some of that, like maybe the frame is flexing more? These are things I kind of been wondering if the bike's
it depends. Yeah, it depends on it literally depends on the bike, on the brand. Brands have certain characteristics that are common. Mm-hmm. So yeah, some of them tend to flex or wear more and those things. So okay.
Do you think there's any difference between like an aluminum frame hitting 1,000 versus a steel frame hitting 1,000?
Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Yep. Aluminum frames tend to they last longer. They don't flex. They don't get soft as much. Like stuff doesn't seem to get elongated. So
got it.
Any more questions in the chat?
I'm not seeing any questions in the chat. We haven't had anyone really hop on the Zoom meeting. So if you have anything, now is kind of your time to ask your questions. I'm making sure we kind of covered everything from our sheet.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsors one more time: Yamaha, Taco Moto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, Seat Concepts, Bulletproof Designs, and Double Take Mirrors. Of course, you can always support Dirt Bike Test by clicking through our website on our Amazon and Rocky Mountain ATV MC links. We get a little cut of that. It really does help us out. And if you want to become a better rider, if you want to learn how to save money on not having to lower every bike you own, you can come out to the class we're having this weekend in beautiful Pahrump, Nevada. We have a few openings out there. So it's easy to do and it lasts forever.
And it is beautiful out there right now, just with all the rain that we were getting. The desert's still good.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that perfect bitchin' conditions that we had a few weeks ago, but it's still pretty good.
Oh, it's better than the silt beds we were dealing with not too long ago. So,
anyways, I was going to say, someone in our YouTube comments on the KLR 650 had actually said something about leftover 2022s were going for around 5K. Have you heard anything about that? Or
it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
I don't know about during COVID. That seems like they would be all gone. But now I'm sure there's deals to be had if they still have leftover 22s.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
There's a chat comment just came up.
So Jay Moreau just asked on Facebook, last week you were talking about setting up the tubeless setups. The chalking you were talking about is called a butyl. You can buy it at tile stores. We use it for sealing shower pans. It also comes in a regular tube, so you can seal spoke holes individually. He says he tried it and it works perfectly.
Okay, so it's called butyl.
Yeah, Butyl. I'm assuming that's butyl.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. I like I said, I use some rain gutter stuff that's gnarly, sticky adhesive that worked really well. So thanks for adding that and giving us that info.
Yeah. We'll have to keep that in mind.
All right, Matt, we're going to make this a short episode.
Yeah, that works for me.
Jenny has made some spaghetti and the natives are getting restless. So
all right.
With that, we will sign off and we'll be back next week. I got a really interesting guest that's going to come into the studio. We're going to go riding. You should go riding with us, Matt.
Oh, trust me. I'm making more plans. I'm making time in my schedules to make more time for riding.
So we're going to go for a quick little ride. Then we're going to come back in and talk about dirt bikes and motorcycle related products. And I'm sure you'll learn something from this guy because he is good at teaching a lot of stuff. So we'll see who it is next week.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it.
Okay. With that, thanks. Live from Las Vegas, live from Mammoth. And I'm going skiing tomorrow or snowboarding or something like that.
One of those
We'll see what my ankles feel like.
All right. We'll see you guys. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, let's go. Cheers.
Perfect.